Public transit on Oahu is simply called the bus. And today we're taking the bus back to the airport to pick up our rental car. We passed through Honolulu's Chinatown, and it definitely is very different from what I'm used to seeing in Waikiki. The view I saw from the bus was that it was rather unkempt and filled with lots of homeless tents along the sidewalks and in the parks. And for a tourist, I really found nothing to convince me to go there, sadly. End of March 2022, Hawaii was fully open to tourists again with no restrictions, and tourists packed the airports. It took us almost 2 hours waiting in line to pick up our car. For ease of parking, I chose the smallest car there, which was a cute little Chevy Spark. And the first place we drove to was the famous Leonard's Bakery for malasadas. Now this tiny little bakery also has a very small parking lot for 11 cars, so we had to drive around several times to get a spot. Now 45 minutes of waiting in the burning hot sun did something to our brains, and we ended up buying 20 malasadas for the two of us. Oahu is 44 miles by 30 miles wide. And when I tell people that I circle the island, I really just mean driving along the Windward Loop. Non-stop, that would be 3.5 hours. We set out from Waikiki and circle around Diamond Head Crater so we can enjoy the ocean views before getting back onto Highway 72 or Kalaniani-Ole Highway. Our first stop today will be Kawaikui Beach Park. There's a really beautiful tree there at this park that I always like to look at when I come here. And in the background there you can see Cocoa Crater in the distance. Our next stop is Maunalua Bay Beach Park. This is a very quiet beach, very few tourists. The bay itself is shallow and calm and is very well known for having crystal clear waters. And there's one really cute tree on the beach that I like to photograph, and I asked them to pretend to make it look like it's comfortable. Now the thing that the Hawaiian Tourism Authority has gotten right, number one, is that there are bathrooms at every single beach. We skipped Hanauma Bay and Cocoa Head Crater. Kahauloa Cove had the bluest water I've ever seen in my life. There is a very good reason why there's a warning sign to not cross the fence. Almost everyone went over the fence, and we did too, and here I am taking a stupid selfie. With my heavy camera equipment wrapped around my waist, I went down to the lower parts of the rock to take this picture of Grace, and soon after, I was sliding on the fine sand straight into the ocean and stopped myself by using my skin for friction. Next stop, Halona Blowhole. After my scare, I was really surprised to see so many brave souls down there by the rocks and the water. I will never do that again. The trade winds are constantly blowing all day long. Next stop is Sandy Beach. Well known for the strong currents, strong riptides, and the strong shore breaks. Really good for surfing. We are now headed to the eastern tip of Oahu, Makapu'u. And from the lookout we can see Makapu'u Beach Park down below. We heard that the sunrise here was amazing, and so we got up on two mornings to try to catch it, and on both days the clouds just weren't working for us. But it was still amazing to see nonetheless. Hawaii is a photographer's dream, and of course I wanted to take photos of my children when they were there, so we had a small photo shoot while we were at Makapu'u. And we sat for hours afterwards, just enjoying this beautiful view.